Hello, greetings, fellow doctors in DOBBS. I wish you all a good evening and hope everybody is well. Tonight is our usual Saturday night live chit chat, and we have various topics we want to cover. Today, I'm covering just two things. Something quite interesting, which came about because of a recent job ad in our board, and that's something to do with an opportunity to work in China. So I've got an interesting guest with me tonight to talk about the first thing, and I'd like to bring on screen Dr. Kenny Kung. Okay, hi Kenny.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Kenny is dialing in all the way from Shenzhen.
Yes.
But he's based in Hong Kong. Now, Kenny is the Vice President and the Chief Medical Officer of UMP, which stands for United Medical. You got to help me
Practice.
here. United
Medical Practice China.
Healthcare group, which is based in Hong Kong. And the ad which they put up is quite interesting, and they are trying to look for Malaysian doctors, particularly those who are Mandarin speaking, to help out with the training of primary care practitioners in mainland China. Okay, I want to share the ad which you put up, and those of you who had access to the bulletin board may have noticed this one. So, experienced Chinese-speaking GPs wanted in China. So, to provide technologies of the future to help us deliver healthcare services more effectively. And you also mentioned actually upgrading the skills, both theoretical and practical, for young family physicians. Okay, and it's actually an RCGP accredited GP training program in China. Maybe you can tell us more about that, Kenny.
Yeah, so I can tell you start from the history that was like back 4 years ago, when our own company, we've actually been in Hong Kong for about 30 plus years. We've been in China for 10 years or so. But then over these last 4 or 5 years, we want to expand a bit more on our primary care network. And so we tried to recruit more family physicians, frontline primary care doctors, in China to work in our clinics. But then when we recruited them, we realized that they can't handle patients in the primary care setting. They don't know how to ask a proper history. They don't know how to perform a proper examination. They can't have a proper list of diagnoses. They can't manage these patients. So we started off having our own internal training program based upon the vocational training of Hong Kong and also Australia. Once we've started that internally, then various government health authorities approached us and wanted us to find out, hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this kind of thing? Why you're in the private sector? Why are you doing training? And they realized that this is something is good. And so we started off with 10 students in the Guangzhou province. Now we have about 900 students all over Greater Bay Area of China. Right at the beginning, we wanted to give something to the Chinese doctors so that they know this program is accredited, is sort of credible. So we got the Royal College of General Practitioners in UK. They looked at our program and they say, hey, this is good. This is what we want to do for doctors in China. This fits in with what their theme is in terms of RCGP. And they say, okay, we're going to accredit this, no problem. And so it all started then, and because of this RCGP, is very attractive, and people just want to come onto this program. And another thing regarding this program, why it's getting more and more popular is because, as mentioned in the post, it's not just about theory and knowledge. It's about how we give these doctors practical skills to handle what they see in a real life situation. So it's not just about, okay, what are the risk factors of hypertension? It's about this patient has high blood pressure. How are you going to handle this? It's not about giving medications, it's about what you're going to tell them in terms of red flags and safety nettings. So that's a kind of brief summary of what we've been doing so far.
Why Malaysia? Why are you recruiting Malaysian doctors? Why not Hong Kong or other countries? Yeah.
I mean, we have 900 trainees at the moment. We're aiming for 10,000 next year. Okay. Currently, we have a team of around 7 doctors to do this kind of thing. It's not going to be enough for 10,000 doctors. And we need good Putonghua Mandarin speaking doctors to do that. And I'm really sorry to say, Hong Kong is awful in Putonghua Mandarin. A lot of them just don't do that. They just don't speak it. But when I was in medical school in the UK, I have several friends who are Malaysian. And they have perfect Mandarin. They've been better than me. My Mandarin is really bad. And so I'm really looking forward to see whether there are any other friends in Malaysia who would be interested, who are capable of Mandarin and fluent English to take part. Because we're not just looking into China, by the way. We're also looking into Myanmar and Thailand, whom we're also training their doctors. And we teach them through English. So we definitely need good English speaking as well.
The Myanmar doctors speak very good English.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Yeah, I think. Okay, so DOBBS who are watching this, if 你会说普通话, can you put up a hand? Put up a hand and say hello. Thomas is saying good evening. So hi, Thomas. So first requirement you're looking for is proficiency in Mandarin. Okay, and I think well that rules me out because I'm also another banana. Okay, so that's what we say.
Well actually, having said that, as I said before, we're looking for people who can offer their expertise in Myanmar and Thailand as well. So if Dr. Tay, you have the time, I'll be so happy to have you help out.
General practice is also sort of way not in my field now. We've got actually quite a number of people saying hi. Dr. Kaur is a very senior general practitioner. In fact, I don't know whether you might appeal to retirees or those who are winding down their practice, and because of COVID, a lot of GPs now may consider doing other things or not dealing with patients as much as they used to. Okay, that will be one thing. Dr. Kok, hello. Dr. Lim
Hello, everyone.
says he can speak Mandarin. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it's not only Malaysian Chinese doctors who speak Mandarin. There are some Malaysian Malay doctors and Malaysian Indian doctors also speak quite good Mandarin. So, I mean, anybody who can speak Mandarin would be something, this is an opportunity you might consider. But what other qualifications are you looking for? Do they need to have
Well,
RCGP or RACGP?
well, I think MRCGP would be a bonus. But then obviously what we're looking for is, to tell the truth, for me, qualifications isn't the main thing. The main thing is whether the trainer whom we'll be recruiting, whether this doctor is proficient in the clinical practice, knows their stuff. If this person is, has all these qualifications and can't see a patient properly, can't handle them, can't communicate, there's no point. I've seen so many of those actually. So the most important thing is I would like to speak to anyone who's interested, and we'll go through some simple clinical scenarios and see what our thinkings are. And if we can see that the clinical the instincts is a general practice approach, I think that person is already good. And in addition, now for this training program, this COVID is a real bummer, mind my language, but then we do a lot of training online. So even if you're in Malaysia, you can still teach online. So it's kind of so much easier now with technology.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an interesting opportunity if you're not really going to see so much patients. If you want to explore online primary care teaching, it's actually quite an interesting sideline, or maybe even main shift in career opportunity for anybody who is willing. So it's not just mainland China, but also Myanmar and Thailand. You're saying,
Thailand, yes.
Thailand.
Yes.
I'm surprised because I thought Thailand has a very good medical primary care sort of network already. But I guess there were needs maybe in certain areas, more rural areas or stuff like that. Yeah, possibly. Okay, so proficiency, at least some, in primary care experience, I guess you may need that. What about registrable qualifications? Whether they need to be?
Well, as we just mentioned just now, I think have an MRCGP or FRACGP. Those are good to have. I wouldn't say those are mandatory. We may have experienced doctors who just haven't had these qualifications before, which I think is okay.
No, let's say, do they need to have a qualification registrable in Hong Kong or China?
No. Because what we're doing now, we're doing it 2 ways. One is the training part. Now, as a trainer, you can be an overseas professor without any Chinese or Hong Kong-based registration. It's fine. You're just teaching, offering your expertise. The other thing that we are asking potential doctors to do would be to see patients. Now, obviously, if you are providing direct clinical management for patients, you should have a proper license in China. But then what we can bypass, how to bypass this, is for you to have another doctor to be with you when you see a patient. For example, during our telemedicine, you can have another doctor with you. So what you're doing is not really providing direct care, you're providing an expert opinion for patients. So you don't need a license for that.
Okay. But you need a license in Malaysia because you are, you need to be a licensed medical practitioner in Malaysia, but you are providing telemedicine service via another doctor in another country. But it's not a service to the patient. It's actually doctor to
advice.
It's advice to another doctor. So actually, this also, from what I think, bypasses our local telemedicine regulation, which says if you're dealing with a patient, it has to be your existing patient. And we have some telemedicine guidelines in Malaysia with council, which has given advisory saying we only condone telemedicine with your existing patients, not new patients, unless it's just some general health advice or something like that. But in this case, you are actually dealing with another doctor, yeah, and you're liaising with the other doctor who is seeing the patient locally in that country.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have our trained GPs. They've undergone at least 1 to 2 years of our training, so they will be there with you online to see the patient.
Yes. Okay. Dr. Leong, you came in late, but not to worry. You can wind back and view what we've just said. But it's basically about UMP, which is a Hong Kong-based company, medical company, which is now looking to recruit Malaysian doctors who are Mandarin speaking with experience in primary care practice to help train Chinese primary care doctors via telemedicine through the internet. So for now, you don't have to travel to China, but you could be recruited if they find you suitable to help train Chinese GPs. And that program may be expanded to Myanmar and Thailand as well. So this will be other languages to consider. But Myanmar, the doctors there speak English. In Thailand, I guess we need to learn how to speak Thai.
No,
They do
English.
speak
English.
English.
Yes.
Otherwise, say "Sawadee Krap" and all those things. And meeting, yeah. Dr. Shu, I know Dr. Shu. He's a longtime member of our DOBBS community. Are you still working or are you retired, Shu? 72 years old with 40 years GP practice.
Wow.
So Bunting is a little small town in the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur. Nice place. And when I was in the university hospital, we used to drive up there many miles from where I am to teach medical students in that hospital. It's a district hospital, which is also one of our still working.
Wow.
Okay. Good for you. Despite all this COVID, some doctors may have decided to take early retirement or slow down their practice or even close altogether and maybe look at something else. But this is an opportunity. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of this, I'll post Kenny's email contact. So if you want to explore this opportunity with UMP Hong Kong, I mean, I have no contacts with UMP. It's just I found this a very interesting job recruitment ad because you know me, I'm interested in telemedicine. So if something like this crops up, it might be something you might want to explore. So okay, so you don't need to have an FRCGP or FRACGP. Dr. Kaur says Shulinger is classmate. Okay, so same generation. Very experienced general practitioners, and in our live continuing medical education sessions, Dr. Kaur has got very sharp mind. He asks very incisive questions and actually can catch some of the specialists out as well. So I think he's actually a very good candidate. Okay, Shu and Dr. Kaur. You speak Mandarin too, Dr. Kaur? He hasn't responded yet, but
I think it's wonderful because you have so many experienced general practitioners who can, just offer. Part-time training would even be fine. We can have different faces teaching these Chinese doctors. It'll be brilliant.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a full-time thing.
Betty Tay is watching, but Betty Tay, I don't think you're qualified. You're a cardiologist, not a GP. Interested, but don't qualify.
She can teach cardiology from a GP perspective.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're looking for specialists too?
I'm looking for doctors who feels that general practice is useful for our healthcare system, who can speak Mandarin, who is keen to teach, and I think we'll form a great team if we have these people in there.
Okay.
And there are many different opportunities for collaboration. It can be full-time, it can be part-time. But we're just having this
Mandarin. 6:30 Mandarin, Dr. Kaur. What is 6:30 Mandarin? That means you need short 一点. Okay. and Dr. Shu trained in myofascial therapy and dry needling for trigger points. Okay, that's
Wow.
okay. So that's alternative skills there, but
Yeah.
but you're looking for conventional medical skills in terms of
Well,
primary.
we actually, for example, we teach very simple maneuvers, and for example, a patient with BPPV, we'll teach them Hallpike's maneuver and Epley's maneuver. Okay, and I'll teach them how to do ear syringing. We do teach them about very minor procedures as well. I have no training in myofascial therapy, so if Dr. Shu, we have the opportunity to work together, that will be something that we can add on to our training.
What about basic skills like reading ECG,
Yes.
X-rays, and stuff like that? Would be, you know, the
Yeah,
main thing.
we teach that already, but you know, if Dr. Betty Tay, cardiologist, can further offer her expertise on that, that would be brilliant.
So actually, lots more than just general practice, but maybe specific skills which may enhance the level of practice in the
That's right.
the doctors in and this region is actually adjacent to, when you say Greater Bay Area, it's adjacent to Hong Kong. Is that right?
That's right. It's basically the southern bit of China. Now, the major economical development is focused in the Greater Bay Area, including 9 cities. So Guangzhou and Foshan, all these kind of regions. But then we have, apart from this Greater Bay Area, we have trainees in other areas of China as well, up north in Beijing, Shanghai, and also in Tianjin, many different areas as well. We're rapidly expanding, so that's why we need more people to help us.
10,000 trainees. Can you imagine how many people you would need? Yeah, amazing
Exactly.
numbers.
Yeah, we need it. Yeah.
Okay, a very interesting opportunity. I will just put up your email there, so at least before I forget. So if anybody wants to contact Kenny, it's in the ad, but you can take it down. Dr-Kenny, .kenny.kung@ump.com.hk for Hong Kong. Okay, and the ad was in our bulletin board, and it's also in our Telegram group for permanent jobs. Okay, so you can see there. This is the ad. It's a bit small. The words are small, so you can go to a bulletin board or Telegram group to look at it. But the thrust of it is actually looking for people to help train doctors in mainland China. And you don't actually have to go to China, but when the pandemic lifts, it's an opportunity for you to travel and meet up with your trainees, I guess.
That's right. Everything paid for.
Dare I ask what's the pay like for? I know maybe people a bit shy to ask what's the remuneration like for this sort of
The
training?
remuneration will be very attractive. It will be definitely be much more. I can't say much more. It'll be more than what you're getting now. In addition to sort of travel expenses and also sort of leave for going home or those kind of things, because we're talking about people leaving their families. My boss says we maybe even be able to relocate family members together in China, but I think it may not be something that everyone wants. So all these terms are negotiable. Everything negotiable. Because what I can say is training is only part of what we're developing. The bigger picture is, having trained these doctors, then we'll have a very large network of good, high quality general practitioners who can then serve patients on these private insurance networks and also improve public sector general practice as well. That's why the government is very eager to collaborate with us. And that's why the business opportunity will be there. And that's why we can fund more people from overseas to help us as well.
Okay, that's good. All right. Anything else you want to add, or you want Kenny, or you want to ask Kenny? Please, your opportunity here for you guys. Otherwise, feel free to email Kenny and then get in touch. Yeah.
Just want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity, and this is a great platform to chat with friends, and I'm thinking of adding this onto our module, onto our training, having this sort of live session. Yeah.
We've had quite a number of live CPD sessions now. I mean, covering different topics, and we got a series from on medical legal. You can check out our YouTube channel. For those who don't know, we have a YouTube channel. Let's see if I can find the banner there. So just go over to youtube.com/c/DOBBS Malaysia, and please, as all these YouTubers say, please hit the like, smash the the subscribe button and notification button, and you follow. Last night we had I'm a bit tired out because last night we had a marathon 1 hour 40 session, 1 hour 40-minute session with Professor Adiba and Dr. Musa, who are actually two vaccine experts, and we talked about COVID vaccination, and there were tons of questions, and we had now close to 12,000 views on that YouTube video alone. So that was amazing, and that was organized by our Malaysian Medical Association, SCOMOS, which is the section concerning house officers and medical officers. So it was a very good interaction. So what we do is not just lectures, but also interact in terms of feedback, polls, quizzes, and stuff like that. And we've had some sessions on ECGs, arrhythmias, and we have a team of cardiologists from my hospital who are giving regular CPD once a month on case-based scenarios. It's actually quite interesting, Kenny. You might want to check it out. We have several playlists in the YouTube channel. You can check out and see how our online teaching is carrying on. I mean, COVID has taught us a lot that we can't teach in real conferences or real workshops anymore. So everything is sort of gone virtual. So it's been quite a challenge, but I think it's also a learning experience for all of us, both on the training side as well as the attendee side. So it's the new norm, and it's probably going to be the new norm for another year until everyone is vaccinated and the lockdowns come down. So Shu is interested. So Shu, why don't you just email Kenny? I'll just put it up again.
I'm sending an email to Dr. Shu right now.
Yeah, you can see the comments. Yeah, you can email. Kenny can view the comments, and Kenny will email Dr. Shu. And anybody else interested, please contact Kenny. So if there are no other comments, so I'd like to thank Kenny for coming online. Serena Lim said, "Hi, Dr. Kenny, applied already."
Yes, so Dr. Lim, Serena Lim. I can't see your CV. Please send me a Word copy or PDF copy. I can't get on jobs, whatever, to do it. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Send the CV. Send the CV by email to Dr. Kenny, and who knows? You might have another career path, alternate career path. If you are looking at something else other than clinic-based practice, if you are interested in teaching. Actually, the Malaysia also have some family practice training programs as well. So I do not know how many of the trainers are watching this, but the video will be still here. Eventually, you can pass on to anybody who might be interested to extend their training expertise to UMP. 10,000 Chinese doctors waiting to be trained.
That's right.
Amazing
That's
number.
For next year. That's for next year only.
Oh, okay. But the catch is you have to be proficient in Mandarin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks, Serena. And we will see. So that's Kenny's email, drkennykong@ump.com.my. Okay. So I think we have to thank Kenny for spending his time. I'll need to move on to a few other things before
Okay.
exhaustion catches up with me, Kenny, after last
Yeah.
night's 1 hour, 40-minute marathon
Okay.
session. So
All right.
I wish you good night. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you.
Everybody stay safe. I've just got a
Yeah.
little bit to tell you about next Wednesday CPD, guys. So just stay tuned. Okay. So thank you. And
Thank you.
have a good weekend, Kenny. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, before we end, I just want to share with you the what's happening um, next Wednesday. Just to remind you, we have a CBD session on Wednesday, the 27th at 8 p.m. That's our usual CBD slot. So one of our DOBBS, who is one of the Malaysian diaspora in United States, TK Koo, will be talking to us on insulin pumps and glucose sensors in diabetes care. I mean, there's a lot of evolving technology in how we monitor blood sugars. So you might be interested to see from the American perspective on this topic. So tune in at 8 p.m. I've created an event on the DOBBS Facebook page, so you can check the links there. And also in the Telegram group, I will be reminding the doctors to watch. Okay, this activity qualifies you with one CPD point, so feel free to watch and claim the point. All right, it should be quite interesting. And the first time you're going to get the feed direct from the USA, so let's hope internet is good. But the last few times I've been chatting with TK online, the connection has been quite good. Okay. The other thing I just wanted to tell you guys is I've been seeing an explosion of Telegram. Okay, users shifting or at least getting on to Telegram. So many have joined and messaged me to join our Telegram group. So our group has actually, numbers have risen up very, very sharply to now over 2,200 users. And if you want to come on board, please feel free to contact me on the Telegram. And the way you look for me is search for, if you want to download the Telegram app, you search for Ketua DOBBS, okay, in the chat group at Ketua DOBBS, then you message me. And then if I can see your contact on Telegram, I'll add you into the group. And I can see your contact only if, number one, you need to be a registered DOBBER, okay. Number two, your privacy settings are not such that people can't see your contacts unless I'm your contact. So I may ask you to add me as a contact. But anyway, just message me on Telegram. And then because our group is not a public group, it's a private group only for registered DOBBers, we will add only those who are bona fide registered doctors as per your DOBBS registration. So there are no, it's not a public group which is prone to spammers and things like that, and we can discuss things fairly securely. I've also, you've noticed, you've been on DOBBS Facebook and DOBBS Telegram. I've been putting up a series of Telegram tips and tricks. I've been compiling them, and I will talk to you next week in the detail all the tips and tricks which I wish to share with you. And because people also, when they're new to Telegram, they are so worried. Oh, they see hundreds of messages in our very busy DOBBS Telegram. How to delete? Cannot delete. Cannot delete. But I think they are coming up from WhatsApp. Now WhatsApp takes up a lot of space on your phone. Yeah, and what happens in WhatsApp is you have to keep on deleting media like videos and messages. Otherwise, in fact, just yesterday I cleared up 23 gigabytes of WhatsApp junk from my phone. Telegram, you don't have to do that. Okay, in fact, you cannot delete the messages in our Telegram group unless it's your own message. Other people's message you can't. The messages are all stored on the Telegram server. It's in the cloud. Same with the media, like videos and pictures and all that. You can download them to your phone and you can delete them. But when you want to download them again, it's there. And there's no need for you to actually back up your Telegram. In fact, you can try this. You can install Telegram, get all your messages, your groups and all that, and then you delete the Telegram app without any backup, reinstall the Telegram app, and then sign in again, and everything is still there. So it's like a constant online backup. So there's no need to worry about deleting anything. In fact, you can't. Okay, there is only a cache there which you can clear from time to time. But I will cover this in the other things. I need to add on a few more tips, and then next week, if you can come online with me on Saturday night, we'll cover Telegram tips, because I think many of you are new to Telegram and may not be so familiar, but lots of things to learn together. Okay, so I think we've had about 35 minutes. To be honest, I'm exhausted, so I have to stop soon. If you want to get on Telegram, please message me, Ketua DOBBS on Telegram. Okay, so I wish everyone a very good weekend. I will see you next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. for Khoo Teck Kim's talk on glucose sensors and pumps. Okay, so all right, guys, stay safe. Happy weekend. Good night.